I'm doing this video. Well, first, thanks for checking out my channel. Hope you enjoy the content. Like and subscribe if you feel like it. If not, that's cool too. Either way, as long as you're learning something from it or taking something away from it, we're good. Um, I'm gonna do this video on my last appeal to DHS because the judge actually makes a really important ruling in this case. Um, because I've seen a lot of people get charged with the same kind of thing, um, and that is denial of critical care or failure to provide proper supervision. That's like their go-to, you know, thing when no other, actual abuse exists. See, that's been their fallback category. Well, guess what? Not anymore. In this judgment, from it would be, let's see, which judge was on this case. I had to go out to Des Moines. Either way, you can look up the appeal number is 15008631. The hearing took place November 8th, 2015. I have the entire hearing on tape. I'm trying to convert that to video, but I'm having issues since I converted to the new version of Windows 10. I can't find the basic movie maker that I used to do the citizen's arrest video. So I'm still working on that. But what's really important here is, the fact that they basically ignored the actual statute. That's the thing with these people. They think they can do whatever the fuck they want, and they can treat you however they want, and they can manipulate you into, kidnapping your kids and shit. And it's complete crap. Yes, they can do it if you don't know your rights and you don't understand the basic principles of those rights. Yes, they can if you're doing something really fucking stupid, like you have a meth lab in your house. Well, that's your own fucking dumbass stupidity, and you deserve what you get. But it says, in this one, it says there is no evidence in the record to suggest that May's actions, if exactly described by DM, which is my son, directly harmed the child. First, DM had no obvious signs of physical injury and required no medical attention. This is, of course, why Miss Housingay could not and did not find that DM had been the subject of physical abuse. Then it says, see Iowa Code 232.682A1, defining abuse as any non-accidental physical injury to the child. And there may be a medical evidence of blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Let's see. Additionally, DM's fear of his father, cited by Miss Housingay as the more compelling harm, cannot support a finding of denial of critical care. Mental injury to a child is a form of child abuse defined in a different code, a separate provision from that relied on by department in this case. The definition of child abuse on which the department relies here is found at 232.682A4, which does not contain references to emotional harm or negative emotional impact. Although later that day, Mr. DM was in contact with his father and wanted to go to a movie later that day, blah, blah, blah. So the fear wasn't there, blah, blah, blah. Denial of critical care through a failure to provide proper supervision is not a catch-all category under which the department may find child abuse if no other statutory definition applies. In other words, if there's no actual abuse, you can't just say, oh, well, we're going to get you for denial of critical care and failure to provide proper supervision, just so we can try to, harass you and take your kids. They can't do that anymore, people. I have the black and white right there. Denial of critical care. Right there, people. Black and white. That legislative definition of abuse carries its own meaning. Bad parenting, in and of itself, is insufficient to meet the definition of failure to provide proper supervision. The actions of Mr. May, even if exactly as described by DM, do not fit that statutory definition because DM was not harmed and there is no evidence he was placed at risk of harm. You see, folks, you have the right to discipline your children. This whole incident, my son told me to shut up. And if he would have thought he would have got away with it even more, he would have told me to shut the fuck up. He was 11. So I grabbed him by the nape of the neck and put my thumb under his chin and pushed his face up to look me in the face. And I got in his fucking face. And I said, you think you're going to talk to me like that in my house? You've lost your fucking mind. And he got butthurt and threw a fit. And then his mother called DHS way after the fact. Now, back to the court ruling here. Having held the department's decision must be reversed, it would be remiss to allow Mr. May to believe his actions in this case are condoned. Children can be difficult. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. By the end of the order, the department acted incorrectly when it classified this reported incident of child abuse as founded and placed the same on the child abuse registry. Those actions are hereby reversed. And that's similar to what I get every time. Like, here, we'll go back to this one. We've got this one from when I tried to perform the citizen's arrest on Lori Holst. Yeah, kind of funny that, that one came back not confirmed, not founded too. Pretty interesting, don't you think, huh? And then you've got this one from 2013. Grace Oldson tried the same shit. Notice of child abuse assessment, not confirmed. And these are all on, the Lori Holst one, she didn't confirm it out the box. Grace Olson did. That's why you can see the thickness difference. This is what you get when they just not confirm it in-house, okay? This is what you get when they confirm it and you fight it. And they fucking lose. You see the difference? When they throw your case out before they ever create one, you get this little packet. When you actually go to fucking court for your shit, it is a monstrous, huge article of crap. But yet again, it's another not confirmed. Then you go and you look at this one. Oh, who's this one from? Oh, let's see. Another Melissa Housengate case. Oh, that's right. That's where she showed up unannounced to my house and decided that, she was going to order me to let her in my house to talk to the children. And I called the police and fucking told them to remove her from my fucking property. They pretty much said, hey, if you don't have nothing to hide, let her in. And I said, why don't you enforce the Fourth Amendment and get her the fuck off my property before I beat her ass? And they asked her to leave. That's why, if you listen to the actual court thing on this other case from her, on the one that, I just read off, that they're, is not a catch-all phrase anymore for them to be, or a catch-all category for them to harass parents, that one came back not confirmed, not founded, after having her removed from the house. And she never got an interview with any of us. Kids never got their hair taken. None of it. Nope. Never actually went to an actual courtroom, because to actually get a judge to sign off, they have to approve you're unfit. If you don't let them in your home, if you don't cooperate with them, if you don't talk to them, if you don't let LSI in your home, you don't deal with none of these fucking fake-ass state entities. They're private corporations, people. They're private corporations. I implore you to look into that. DHS and all these other things are private corporations. And the sooner people realize that, the better. Like, okay, here's an example. Right here. Department of Human Services. This is off of Cortera. See, I printed out the whole fucking page. You can screenshot that and check it out at your leisure right there. All right, check that shit out. Now, if you look at their page here, you scroll down a little bit, and it says company details. Location type, branch, industry, individual, and family social services. Ownership, private. Employees, 10 to 20. Year founded, 1836. Department of Human Services is a privately owned corporation that brings in between $10 and $25 million a year for kidnapping and selling children. Go to Iowa KidsNet and you can buy your child right off the internet. So don't think for 1 minute that I'm just some crackpot that doesn't know anything or whatever. When it comes to this, I've dealt with it enough. I've been through it enough. I know my shit. And I'm going to tell you right now, not once have they ever dragged me into a real courtroom. Not once have they ever said that I can't have the kids. And not once have they ever removed a child from my home. Not once. Because they have no grounds. And if you look at the 9 U.S. Supreme Court ruling video, that proves why they have no grounds. And with that, learn your rights, America. Stand up for your rights, America. Be good parents to your kids. Peace.